Well, at least you didn't get injured, you know what I'm saying? And because you prayed, sometimes you gotta accept it for what it is, right? If you had that little tweak in your muscle, couldn't that be God saying, I'm gonna give his body more rest?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. So we can't ever look at that stuff kind of like, oh, this is a setback. It can't be a setback, man. Not when you have, you know what I mean, all your faith in the Father.
So I think that helped me relax my mind.
And what's that?
Not relax, like I don't care anymore, but like taking it day by day more.
Yeah, you're gonna do fantastic, man. Without a shadow of a doubt, you're gonna do fantastic.
I made a list of what I was gonna eat after.
You made a list? What you got on there?
KFC, Taco Bell,
Damn.
Cinnabon. I saw this place, it's called Cali Tacos.
Uh-huh.
They sell like real Mexican food.
And you saw it where? On the Grab?
Yeah, I'm gonna grab that.
So you was on Grab looking at food?
Yeah, and I was just going through it and I was seeing what looked good and I'll write it down.
Ooh. How many days you gonna eat bad?
Maybe like 3.
3 days, 2 days?
But the thing is that I only eat bad that 1 week.
Uh-huh.
Because when I come back, I get into a fight camp. So I start dieting down.
Yeah. Your mom said she gonna cut carbs out in the evening. Wake up in the morning, eat your oatmeal, and then carb load at that lunchtime. That way you be good for the evening and then cut it out. She don't want you to get over 118. Well, you walk around 120, you feel me? So I say 18, 20 is easy, no problem.
This fight camp, I walked around like 120, 120, 120.
Yeah, that's gonna be a normal walk around.
And the weight cut wasn't that hard.
Nah, not at all. Used to it.
I probably would have got it done quick if the sun was out more.
Yeah, I believe it. You got 3 pounds and look how much you chilling. You know what I mean? You're not sunk in, chilling, man. Tabernacle.
But I would have moments where yesterday I was like, damn, I'm hungry.
Yeah, me too. How did it feel when you signed that contract?
Good.
Good. Oh, you feel it now? Okay. No more talking? None? All right, let me know, that way I can take my microphone back and I start my own talking. All right, he don't want to talk. Good. All right, do your thing, bro. Think about that food you're going to eat afterwards. That big fizzy pop. That weight cut can be very hard, very tough mentally. That's why I'm always with him on the walks, right? I remember I had a weight cut. I was walking by myself, and man, I didn't know. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. It felt like I was going up to yonder. It was a bench. I just had to just lay down. I don't know how long I was sitting there, yo. I just closed my eyes and I woke up. It was like 3, 4 old ladies just around me. You feel me? Making sure I was good. I'm like, oh man. So I had to get up because, we had to check weight that same day. But it's better to go with somebody. If he goes, I'm gonna go too. All right. Plus, it's good to have somebody to encourage you. So I'm always gonna be there. Chocolate cake. I saw a comment the other day that said, what kingdom is he talking about? Kingdom Martial Arts Academy. That's the facility that we have back home. The moniker is the kingdom is within. I'm not religious or anything like that, but the kingdom is an awareness. It's a state of mind, state of being. The king's dominionship. I call the king the creator, the architect, God, right? I call him the king. His dominionship is within. So the kingdom is within. Everything that we want, everything that we desire, everything that we can attain, all that is within. There's nothing outside of you that can affect you. And with that mindset, that allowed me to change everything. It used to be, oh man, I can't do this because of that, or they didn't do enough, or when is this gonna change so it can be better for me type stuff. Not realizing that the power is within. If you want something to change, you have to change. And with that knowledge, my whole life changed. Wake up when I want to, right? I'm able to be behind the camera and record my son and elevate in his chosen endeavor, right? I'm able to lock in with the community. We chop it up a little bit, right? I'm able to hang out with my wife all day if I want to, right? Best friend, she's been there from the start. My daughter is like fantastic. And all of that has derived from within me, especially being the man of the house, being the leader. Your family's they're gonna follow your lead. You're gonna set the tone. You're gonna set the vibration, the vibe. If you vibrate high, what do you think the ones closest to you gonna do? If you vibrate low, what do you think the ones closest to you gonna do? Gonna vibrate low, especially being the leader. So that's why I keep my circle tight. I don't want anything affecting me, because that's gonna affect the ones closest to me. So it's only a couple of people that I really just chop it up with like that. No one knows our goals, our aspirations, our vision. No one knows that, right? But the cool thing is that y'all locked in with us, and as it unravels, you guys are gonna be able to see it firsthand. And then I tell y'all, like, man, we wrote that down. We already knew that was gonna happen. Tito got signed. We already knew that was gonna happen. We was gonna move to Bangkok, all right? Train good, fight good. We already knew that was gonna happen. We had a great meeting with some very important people the day before yesterday. Already knew it was gonna happen. None of this is by accident. You create. We are creators, and you create from your thoughts and your ideas and the vibration that you put yourself in. You might be asking, man, how can I set my vibration? Or how can I change my vibration? I want to change. Well, you have to start from the inside. Not only from the inside, you have to start from what you take in. That goes from what you digest on social media. That goes for the music. That goes for the people that are around you. How could you elevate, and change your vibration to a higher frequency if everybody around you is low vibrational? They hate, they gossip, they're not going nowhere, no goals, no vision. How can you? So therefore you have to separate yourself, and it might be a little bit tough. It might hurt, but that's part of it. The first thing I would do is ask the Creator, what's my purpose? What do I need to do? But ask Him with sincerity, right? Really mean it. Because I don't know about y'all, but this is what I believe. It's something that's orchestrating all this stuff. We can't see it, but it's definitely something that's making all this stuff pop. None of this is coincidence. And so the architect, the orchestrator that's doing all this, that's who I talk to. I ask them, man, what should I do? I inquire of him. Should I go here? Even if it's something simple, like right now, what should I talk about while I'm doing the walk? How should I make the thumbnail? I even go ahead to the future in the corner. What do I tell Tito? I see it. Okay, he's winning. What do I tell him? 2 years from now, if we have that meeting, what do I say? How do I approach it? Those are just questions that you put out there. Those are questions that I put out there. And when the time comes, that power is going to speak through me. And everything will be just like it's supposed to be. I believe I have received. But that's the way we think, guys. I know this isn't really too much about Muay Thai, because, my man's over here is walking, cutting his weight. But, that's the way I think. That's the way I operate. That's the way we move as a family, as a unit. They see the vision board. They see me writing down goals. They see me talking about it. They see me saying, you know what, I'm about to go meditate. At nighttime, we'll read together. I explain stuff as I read. They see that. And it's all seeds. I'm just grateful that I had the wherewithal to learn it. That way I can pass it on to them. And that way they're not out here trying to figure out stuff on their own. Because believe it or not, everybody wasn't raised right. I'm not even gonna say right. Everybody wasn't raised in general. Some parents, they didn't have time. They were working, trying to make ends meet. So they really couldn't sit down and just, I'm not saying that they couldn't. It's just sometimes people don't know how to change. They don't know where to start. But like I mentioned before, if you're really sincere, matter of fact, let me tell you a story. It was a man that went to his friend's house, and he was walking up on the porch, and his friend had a dog, and his dog was just on the ground, moaning and groaning. And he said, "What's wrong with your dog, man? He looks like he's in pain. He keeps moaning and groaning." And then the guy said, "Oh yeah, because he's laying on a nail. That's why he's moaning and groaning." And he asked his friends, "Okay, so why doesn't he move?" And the guy told him, "It doesn't hurt enough." A lot of times we're going through stuff, or you see people going through stuff, and you say, "Man, why they won't change? Why they won't, do something different?" It doesn't hurt enough. Even at my academy, they know it. I say pain makes change. But when it hurts enough, you'll change. And sometimes you don't know how to change. Hopefully you guys come across this video. If you're at that point, hey man, ask the Father, ask God, ask the Creator, the architect, the one that's operating all this stuff. Ask Him, in the silence of your own heart. The heart is the mind, the subconscious mind. Well, ask Him with your soul, right? The soul is that voice that can talk, right? The spirit or the subconscious mind is the thing that can hear it. Think about that. I did that with my kids the other day. I said, all right, look, on the count of 3, I want y'all to say, "I love myself," right? Don't say it out loud, but I want you to say, I love myself on the count of 3. So he said 1, 2, 3. All right. Then I asked him, what was that voice? And they was like, oh, Then I said, yeah, not only that, you could hear that voice. How were you able to hear it? It was no sound, your lips didn't move. You thought it, you spoke it, and you were able to hear it. All right, that's what we call, the conscious and the subconscious mind, or your soul and your spirit. It all depends on, what avenue you want to take for it. And when it comes to change, initially you have to change with that conscious mind. You consciously have to say, you know what, I'm gonna speak life into my situation. You consciously have to say, you know what, I'm not gonna watch that. You consciously have to say, I'm not gonna be around this person because they're not thinking the way that I wanna go. All right, you consciously have to do that. And the more you do that, you're gonna put those ideas into your subconscious mind. And then you're gonna start moving different. Or take it from another way, with your soul, you have to watch what you accept. You have to say, nah, I'm not gonna do that with your soul. And it's gonna get into your spirit. And eventually, you're gonna start moving different. And once you get there, you're gonna attract different things. It's amazing the way the law works. That's what's up, man. I remember when I first got on this way of thinking, it's a guy named Bob Proctor, right? And he has He has a seminar on YouTube. It's called Born Rich, the Born Rich seminar. And it's a 3-part series. It's maybe about, I don't know, man, it's about 9 hours long, something crazy. And on the video, the seminar, he says, watch this for 30 days and watch how much you change, right? So you know me, I'm an overachiever. I want to do more. I watched it for 90 days straight. I mean, literally 90 days straight. Every single part, from beginning to end, I'll start it over. If I'm at home, I'm cooking, or I'm not even gonna cap. If I'm cleaning, I'm listening to it. When I'm driving in the car, I'm listening to it. I kept it playing. When I'm asleep, I would let it play while I sleep. And those ideas got into my mind. I started thinking different. I started moving different. I started acting different, right? And that was the change that started it, Shout out to Bob Proctor. I always said I wanted to meet him. He checked up out of here, so I never got to meet him. But yeah, he definitely was inspiring to help change the trajectory of my life with the information that he had out there. So y'all check that out if I ever have time. Bob Proctor's Born Rich seminar. I think I even have some old comments on there that are maybe 7, 8 years old. Let me check on Tito. All right, so I don't want to go too deep into the metaphysics, esoteric type knowledge, but just to let you guys know, like, it all originated from that person that said, what kingdom? What is a kingdom type deal? Something like that, but just explaining my way of thinking and the way, that we think as a unit, as a family. I'm not sure how well these type of videos do. It's not really Muay Thai oriented per se, but I like it. Y'all can get to know a little bit about us, about the way we think. It starts with the leader. If I think like this, and this is what I constantly study, what I constantly give myself, what I constantly spew out to everybody that meets me. What do you think my son is getting? Same. All right, that's what makes him strong in the mind. So you guys, man, thank y'all for tapping in with us. Appreciate the good vibes, the good energy, the prayers that y'all sending towards us. I accept all of it, all the good, and I reject all the bad. All right, so Tabernacle. Let me finish up this walk, guys. It's getting a little bit noisy, and we'll tap in next time, man. The next time y'all see us, it'll be after the fight. So we appreciate y'all. We got a few more days until the fight. I'll keep y'all posted, and we'll go from there, man. Tabernacle.